What's up, YouTube? My name is Dantavius Hill, three-time Team USA high jumper, five-time NCAA All-American, with a personal best in the high jump of 7 feet 5 inches, and I've coached hundreds of high school athletes to personal records, state championships, school records, you name it. And today, I wanted to talk to you guys about using your right foot in the high jump and what that means, okay? So basically, instead of saying right foot, I would much rather say outside foot, since we do have high jumpers who are right foot jumpers and left foot jumpers, right? So basically what I'm referring to is when you're in the curve of your approach, if you're a left foot jumper and you're coming around the curve in this fashion, this is our pit, this is our curve. Most times for a lot of high jumpers, I know myself, for a long time in my high jump career, I would always be running around the curve and I would only be using my inside foot the whole way, right? I would only be using this inside foot the whole way to carry me through my approach, right? So from this side, we would be jumping from our left foot, right? And what I'm going to be pretty much referring to today is that we should be making sure to utilize our outside foot as well when we're coming around the curve, right? When we're stepping down with our left and we're coming back with our right, making sure we continue to push with intensity when coming around this curve. And I'm going to explain to you guys what that means and how they can help us put down a better jump in the high jump, okay? So we'll just title using our right foot. So we're just going to put a little outside foot. Use outside foot. So one of the first benefits that you're going to be able to get as a high jumper for utilizing your outside foot is momentum, or let's call it velocity, right? So speed. When you use your outside foot, you're going to be able to pick up more speed when you're running and going through your curve in the approach, right? Because you're no longer just focusing on leaning and kind of tapping that inside foot to kind of push you along, which a lot of people rely on that inside foot, myself included. In the past, I have. Now we can make sure to utilize our outside foot as that inside foot tap comes down, that outside foot comes and pushes us even further along the curve, and it makes for an even better continuous momentum and pull through that curve, right? So that's the first thing, velocity, right? Second thing here is control. So when you decide to utilize both feet in your approach, in your takeoff, in your curve, what you'll realize is you have more control over your body, right? It's like instead of deciding to only use one half of your body, you decide to use two halves of your body, right? And the fact of the matter is you won't necessarily know that you're not doing it probably until you watch this video, right? You won't know that you're not using both sides to run and push until you actually try and push with your outside foot, right? So it's going to give you more body control when you're coming through your approach and your takeoff, and more speed with more control equals what? Higher jump, right? So more speed and more control equals higher jump, point blank period, right? So what are ways that we can practice using our outside foot? So one of those ways is in a high jump drill called the circle run, where you set up a circle, whether it's with tape or cones, and you practice running around that circle with inward lean. And not only are you going to run around with that inward lean, you got to make sure you're pushing with that outside foot to keep you in control and keep you pushing along and around that circle, right? Another drill that you can do is a curve run. Same concept, but you're doing this on the 200-meter curve on the track. Same concept of coming around that curve, pushing, using your outside foot. Put that outside foot to work. All right. So just a quick recap of what we just kind of walked through here in the high jump, right? So using our outside foot, what does that do for us? It gives us more velocity when we're coming through our approach, right? Because what is our goal in the high jump, in the approach? Our goal is to bring as much speed as we possibly can that we can convert upward over the bar, right? That doesn't mean just bring all kind of speed that you can't even control. You want to bring as much speed that you can control and convert upward over the bar, right? So when you have that speed and when you utilize that outside foot, it's going to give you more control in the approach, which is going to give us exactly what we want, a higher jump, right? Now, this is something that you want to practice. You can practice it using a circle run, or you can practice it using a curve run. Two different drills where you work on lean, but you get an extended version of what the curve is, and you can utilize that right foot and push, push, push with that right foot coming around these turns. All right. So if you're a high school high jumper who wants to succeed in the high jump, or you're the parent of a high school high jumper watching this video right now, and if you want to actually stop guessing with your training and actually get better, then what you guys can do is click the link down below and apply for a free call so that we can hop on and see if you guys are a good fit for the program, right? And what this is going to look like is, guys, we're going to see where you are in your high jump journey, see where you want to get to, and walk you guys through the coaching process completely free and show you guys what we have for you. And you have the decision to either stay where you are, if you're happy where you are, or if you want to make a change and move forward, jump personal records, get state championship qualifications, scholarships, you name it, you have the decision to join my program and be teammates with the athletes inside and join the parent group so that we can get you guys rolling and jumping some bigger bars. So thank y'all for watching the video. Be sure to click that link down below and apply for coaching, and let's rock and roll.